welcome to Two John's
Jesus
in
English.
Today we will learn about church leaders. Actually, every parishioner is responsible for guiding and leading our Catholic Church, but there are special leaders who conduct specific roles guiding the faithful to Jesus Christ. So it is called apostolic succession from the first apostle Peter. The apostolic tradition was passed on and on, so until our current Pope Francis. So we will discuss who plays the role of the church. John, who has the greatest authority in the church?
Okay, well, the obvious answer to this is Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. He has the authority over the church. But actually here today on planet Earth, we can think of the church as a hierarchy, and above everyone and everything is Jesus Christ, but the visible head of the church is the Pope. Sure. And at the moment it's Pope Francis.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. So who is the Pope?
Oh, yeah, as I said, our current Pope is Pope Francis. He is originally from Argentina.
Mm-hmm, correct.
I think he's, how old is he, do you know? 80 something?
I think so.
And he's been Pope for maybe the past seven or 8 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so our current Pope is Pope Francis. He's well known and well respected, especially for his virtue of humility, I think.
Okay, so what is your own impression on Pope Francis?
Well, I don't know too much about Pope Francis. You know, I'm from England and we live in Korea. He's in the Vatican. He spends most of his time in the Vatican. He travels around the world. So I only get to know him through the media, through his writings, through the Vatican YouTube channel.
I see.
And I saw a documentary about him. It was called A Man of His Word. Have you seen this?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I have heard about it.
Yeah, it's great. It's a good documentary. It's a kind of an insight into his life, and it shows us what his passions are, what he really cares about. And for me, what really comes through is his passion for environmentalism. It seems like the nature and humanity is a big part of his preaching and his message.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Mm-hmm. Okay, next. Would you describe who Cardinal is?
Yeah, so as we said, we think about the church as a hierarchy with the Pope at the top. Beneath them would be the cardinals, and the cardinals are the people that elect the Pope and also maybe advise the Pope.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think at the moment there are around over 200 living cardinals. Mm-hmm. And cardinals can come from all different countries around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure, correct. The cardinal has special privilege to vote for Pope. Wonderful. Mm-hmm. Okay, I know there are about 24 of bishops in South Korea. Mm-hmm. So who is the bishop?
So I guess that's the next level down. So we have the Pope, we have the cardinals, and then in the individual countries we have the bishops. So the bishops are in charge of each separate diocese. Mm-hmm. And here we are in Pohang, and we're part of the diocese of Daegu.
Correct. And
Daegu has 2 bishops?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. The head bishop is Thaddeus Joe, and the second auxiliary bishop is Bishop John Oscar. So we have 2 bishops. Mm-hmm. So, okay. I think we are very familiar with our priests. So who is the priest?
Well, you are the priest.
Oh, yes.
So the priests are who we come into contact with the most. So it would be a real privilege, I think, to meet the Pope one day. Have you ever met the Pope?
Not to face to face.
Not to face to
So
face.
I had a chance to visit Rome
Right.
on Wednesdays.
Right.
Pope has a general audience greeting. So he came to the balcony and then he prayed the Angelus together. And then we held some holy items like a rosary or holy Bibles, and then he blessed items.
Fantastic.
And then he said goodbye. So I didn't have a good conversation with him.
But still, you were in the
Yeah,
vicinity with them. Yeah, so of course, meeting the Pope would be such a special occasion, but not so easy to make it happen. However, and also with the cardinals, not so easy to come into contact or day-to-day contact with the cardinals. But as we come down, our priests are our first contact. The priests are the people that we can meet day in, day out, and of course the priests are the people that can give us guidance and lead our ceremonies and deliver our mass and these kind of day-to-day church duties.
Right. Because Jesus gave the authority of leading the faithful to God to bishops, but bishop cannot take care of all the parishioners. That's why we have priests. So bishop gave his authority of celebrating mass and sacraments to priests. So we have many priests, and then they run their own churches in the name of Christ and bishop.
Okay.
That is our Catholic theory. So do you have any memorable experience with your parish priest?
I said last time when we met that I've only been a Catholic for 6 months, and I've only been attending church for just over a year. So you're the second parish priest that I've got to know. Before you were here, I was friends with Father Peter Kim. And yeah, we have lots of happy memories and good moments together. He was the first person to welcome me into the church. He was the person that studied with me for my RCIA course in preparation for my baptism. So yeah, and then also outside of church, the priests are always open to, not only study about the Bible and Jesus and church, also, to be friendly and have fun and eat lunch together and drink coffee together or whatever. So yeah, the same thing with Father Peter. We would meet up for some summer barbecue and Christmas festival, all these types of things.
Yes, wonderful. So Father Peter Kim taught you at the theology class. It's called the RCIA, which stands for Rite of Christian Initiation for Adults.
Yeah.
For Koreans, this is 예비자 교리. 네.
I strongly recommend it.
Right, so please come to the church. Okay, before becoming a priest, a seminarian is ordained a deacon in advance. So who is the deacon?
Yeah, this is a little tricky for me. I don't know so well. It seems to me that the deacon is the in-between level from being, like me, part of the laity, part of the congregation, to actually becoming a priest. This is kind of the middle step. Is that right? So you have more responsibilities than a regular parishioner, but you're not a fully complete priest.
Actually, to be a priest, a seminarian studies at the seminary for formation program. The seminarian becomes a deacon. From the deacon, the person belongs to clergy members, not the laity.
Right.
So parishioners are a laity, and then sisters and brothers, they are religious groups.
Part of the clergy.
Yeah, and then some of them can be clergy, like a religious priest can be a member of clergy. So clergy, religious, lay, and three groups.
Okay.
But deacon belongs to clergy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So deacon assists at mass. Also he can preach. Also he can celebrate a couple of sacraments, not all of them.
Okay.
Definitely he cannot celebrate mass.
Okay.
because he's not a priest. So he can celebrate baptism, also matrimony, he can marry.
Okay.
However, not in the context of a mass.
Okay.
Yeah. Separated from the mass, he can officiate.
Do most deacons eventually become priests?
In South Korea, we have only transitional deacon,
Okay.
which means the deacons become a priest.
Right.
But in European countries,
Yeah.
in America,
Yeah.
they have a permanent deacon system. They stay
As a
as a deacon permanently. So there's difference between the churches. Okay, lastly, who is a Monsignor?
Monsignor, I'm not familiar with this. I did a little bit of research about this in preparation for today, and I discovered it's a title. It's an honorary title. It's more like an award. So if you're a priest who has done good work for the church, for the people, then we can recognize this. We can recognize the good work that you've done, and you're given this title, Monsignor.
Correct. Normally, monsignors are senior priests, not younger priests like me. So throughout their lives,
Right.
they dedicate their lives for the church.
Yeah.
For example, they published many memorable books, or they celebrate many helpful sacraments for parishioners. They initiated new programs for our church, etc. So for these dedicated efforts, the church recognizes and gives a honorary title. There is a senior. Okay, wonderful. Okay, I think that these church leaders play a very critical role of leading people to Jesus. So how can parishioners help the priests?
Well, you asked this question to me, but you're the priest, so maybe you should be better. How can we help you? Well, I think we need to work together. The parishioners, we need to trust our priests. We need to listen to our priests, and we need to follow our priests, and hopefully make your life a little easier. I don't know. What do you think? What would be your advice or recommendation about how we can become a team and how we can work together?
I think the best support is prayer.
Yeah.
So please pray for our priests.
Yeah.
So we can hang out together. We can have a social together, have a dinner together. But the best support is prayer.
Yeah.
And then, as you said, we work together. So priests should not be dominant.
Okay.
Yeah. So directing.
Right.
And then parishioners listen and follow.
Right.
I don't like this.
Okay.
Rules. We together communicate. So parishioners can advise. Also, they can give us suggestions. And priests listen. Also, priests can do what they wanted to do, rather than doing their own ministry. So we work together. That's why we have a parish council meeting. So priests and church leaders meet together.
Yeah, I thought also as well, it's important for members of the laity to not rely so much or so heavily on the priest. It's not only come to church on Sunday and only listen to the priest on Sunday, but also take some responsibility yourself. Pray by yourself at home. Read the Bible by yourself at home. And then if you have any thoughts or questions, then you can come to the priest. But not only the priest is coming to you, but you also come to the priest.
Sure.
So I guess that would be a good way to kind of help develop not only your spiritual growth, but also the church and the community.
That's why each parish has their own pastoral leaders group, like a parish council, financial council.
Yeah.
Also in America, they have a staff system.
Right.
So they were hired at the church.
To support the priest. Yeah.
So they work together.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Now it's time to close up. Please pray for our church leaders so that they can fulfill their duty for the glory of God and the benefit of our community.
Yes.
Okay, see you next time.
Bye everyone.
Bye. Love you.